So what's the most important question that you're ever going to ask yourself? Watch this video to find out. So what's the most important question that you're ever going to ask yourself? To me, it's the icky question. And I think it's built around values. If you went up and you talked to 100 different people and asked them point blank, what are your values? You wouldn't get 100 answers. In fact, I've asked hundreds of people this question and like some super intelligent ones, and only a handful could on the spot articulate what they truly value, like what they hold dear, what's important to them. And I just find that extremely crazy. And like when you ask those same people about their goals, then a light bulb goes on and it's, hey, I want a better job. I want to make more money. I want to build a new house. I want to travel more. I want to get married, right? It's very easy for these people, for most people, to articulate their goals. But I think, shouldn't our goals be the extension of our values? And shouldn't what we value be the foundation for everything that's important to us? And I think that's why the icky question is so important, because it cuts right to the heart of what truly drives our actions and our decisions. For me, it's this decision filter. Like I literally make most decisions in my life based around the icky question, based around what I value. So icky stands for interest, commitment, crazy, and then why. And it's a litmus test for how deeply connected we are to these various aspects of our life. So our values should be our relationships. It should be our health. It should be our finances. And are we interested in our marriage, or are we committed to it? And which one's going to work? Are we interested in being a friend to that person, or are we committed to that person? Are we interested in our health? Everyone says that health is important. Well, if we're honest, are we interested in our health, or are we committed to improving our health? And that's both physical and mental, even environmental. And we've talked to so many people over the years who are interested in financial freedom, interested in investing in real estate, interested in starting a business. But I think when we commit to something, it's actually easier, because when we're interested in something, that means we could be interested in things that are very similar. And when we commit, it actually reduces the decisions that we have to make. It takes decision-making out of the process. And if you look at how to streamline a system or how to be more efficient at anything in life, it's reduced the number of decisions that you need to make to actually have a good life. And that could be health, relationships, or finances. And I think if we look at it this way too, like the world will throw a million things at you. For me, I'm uninterested in almost everything happening throughout the world. So let's say there's 1 million or 2 million or 5 million things happening each day. There's no way that I could be committed to even more than a handful. Yeah. So why am I giving attention to things I'm uninterested in? Like when I scroll through Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, most of the stuff that these algorithms are presenting to me, they think I'm interested in. Actually, most I'm extremely uninterested in, probably 95% or more. But I find myself, right, you're scrolling until I'm intentional about it and be like, why am I wasting time? Why am I wasting my energy, my life on things that don't interest me? So if we could just look at the world that way, if this table had 1 million things on it, we could just wipe off 95% of it.
Don't need most of it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And right then there are things that are interesting to us, and that's great. Like, yeah, I'm interested in golf and tennis and history, but that doesn't mean I'm committed to those things. And I used to get upset if I'd go golfing with some friends and I wouldn't do as well as I thought, right? Mm-hmm. I'd actually get upset with myself. And then one day I realized, man, I'm not playing on the PGA Tour. This isn't my livelihood. This is fun. This is an outlet. This is a way for me to just enjoy the world and walk outside. And so when I took the pressure off, because I realized I'm not committed to being a great golfer. Mm-hmm. So just enjoy being interested in it. And if we look at the things that we should be committed to, it's not more than a handful of things. And I think we're so similar in that regard. Like health, we should be committed to health. Mm-hmm. That means our mental health. That means our physical health. That means our environmental health. Like creating environments, because we're always going to be in an environment. Right now we're in the studio and we've optimized the studio to be an environment that we can just walk into and record a video. When we go home, does that inspire you? Does that give you a sense of awe and wonder? Is that motivating, encouraging, like to feel at peace? Like imagine the last time you went on this incredible vacation what happened when you walked in the hotel or walked in your room and walked out to the pool. It's the environment.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing in H40 is just we're optimizing our health. We're improving our health. We're saying we are committing. We're putting a flag in the sand and saying, I'm committing to improving my physical, my mental, and my environmental health.
When did this first click for you, the difference between interest and commitment? Like when do you remember that first standing out to you as like, that seems like such an aha moment, and I've seen it be an aha moment for people when we tell them, are you interested, are you committed? That just even asking them that question, light bulbs go off and they're like, oh, no, I guess I haven't been committed. I've just been interested. But when did you first stumble into that?
So it's pretty easy. It's just looking back over the past 20 years, most people want money.
Yeah.
Most people think money is going to be the key to happiness. And so financial freedom is probably one of the biggest, like the get rich quick industry. And there's no shortage of teachers or gurus that will show you how to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. And so I think people are attracted to this because they want to reach a point in their lives when they can do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, with whoever they want to do it with. If they want to travel or buy a boat, build a bigger house. So money, again, they think that's going to be the gateway to happiness and joy. And it's not. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I used to think that way. I absolutely do not think that way. Money can bring some peace. It can reduce anxiety, but it can create, I use it as a creative tool to create beauty and environments for everyone that's important to me. And so when we back up and we really look at like, if that's the goal or what people think is the goal, then we've been teaching people for the last almost 20 years how to achieve financial independence in real estate. And quite frankly, I'm amazed with how many people say they're interested in financial freedom. They say they want to start investing in real estate, but very few people actually commit to doing it.
They don't do it.
Very few people actually start walking down that path. It's like if I dropped you off in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
Okay. Your path to financial freedom, it might be one of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paths, but directionally I can point you in the direction, but whose job is it to put one foot in front of the other and actually start taking action? It's your job. So you have to move from point A to point B. So if financially you're not where you want to be in life, you need to take action. Like that's the biggest thing. And I think, as I've looked at the people who've moved from interest to commitment, it starts with why. Most people just don't have a strong enough why. And that's why they go back and forth, between being interested in real estate investing, interested in Amazon, interested in maybe setting up a franchise. You have to pick one and commit.
Yeah. Ever since you told me about this icky idea, I have Greg Clement's little voice in the back of my head that chimes in. So we saw this, we ran H40 internally here at the company, and we saw this question kind of make light bulbs go off for people. You ask them, hey, are you interested or are you committed to this? And just framing it that way makes it obvious. So for me, it's like, I have for years been envious of morning people. I've seen my dad used to get up at 5 a.m. every morning, and I didn't know why or how he would do that. And I've always told myself, I'm just not a morning person. I can't do it. Even though I love the idea of getting up in the morning and working out first thing. That seems great. That's something disciplined people would do. And this year, when we started H40, I decided to move from interested to committed when it comes to getting up on time and working out first thing in the morning. And there were some days when I was first trying to do that, when the alarm would go off and I would hesitate. I'd be like, oh, it's very comfortable in this bed. I could just roll back over and go to sleep. But then I'd hear Greg Clement's little voice in the back of, are you just interested, mate? Or are you committed? Okay, I'm committed. So I'll get up and I'll do it. And then now it's become a habit. It's become established, and it starts to feel more and more normal. But to your point, it's about not waiting until you're in the moment to make that choice and reducing decisions. Like, I already made the choice. I made the choice days ago that I'm committed to this. So I'm going to get up and do it. I don't have to make the choice every morning. I already made the choice. And now this is just who I am. Now this is just what I do. It's going to flow out of my nature. And it has. So yeah, it's been awesome for me.
Yeah. And there's a level even beyond that. Like, right, we talk about crazy.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. But
so at first it was interest, commitment, and then why. And then, so I'd say it's important to move from interest to commitment. And we know that there's this extra level. There's this crazy level. And when it comes to health, I'm getting crazier about my health, about my physical health.
I've seen that.
My mental health, my environmental health. I think for years I've been crazy about mental health. Like, to me, it's amazing to think that what we focus on expands, and we can actually control the output of our lives if we control the inputs, if we protect what's going in the brain, protect what's going in the mind, get rid of all those uninteresting things that the world is trying to tell us should be interesting. They're just not. So get rid of them. Focus on what we're interested in, and then pick a few to be committed to, and pick something to be crazy about. And again, I can't think of a better thing to be crazy about than health, our physical health, our mental health, our environmental health. I mean, it's exciting to me. Like, we just bought a lake house last year, and it comes with a dock, and it's exciting to me. We had to get a boat, and now we're optimizing that environment. We're creating an environment inside and outside of that house to be conducive to spending time with people that we love and we care about. And it's going to be a platform for, experiences and enjoyment and loving
relationships.
Living. Yeah. And then that bleeds over into relationships. How do we improve relationships? Well, we can be an instigator of relationships. Super excited to be able to talk about these ideas in R40, which is coming up in the future. But yeah, man, I think it's just so cool to realize that being crazy about something isn't really crazy at all. Tony, again, it's awesome to talk about these ideas with you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and you'll stay tuned in to what we're doing here at Freedomology.